Let's do a book haul. I went to the Greater St. Louis Book Fair today with my husband, and of course he goes and gets sci-fi books and like books about movies and things. And I went straight for the art book section. So here we go. So the biggest book I got, as far as, and it's a hardback, is a book about Françoise de Bert. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but I looked through and I saw her art and I'm like, this is so magical. I could definitely be inspired by some of this, and I can't wait to take a look at it. Then I got tricks and techniques for graphic design. I thought that would always be interesting to have some ideas and reference for art and design. Then we have landscape painting step by step. So that's going to be a really interesting one to maybe take a look at, especially as I would like to really improve some of my perspectives and sketches. So I keep looking at that. Then also another one, this one is also a landscape painting inside and out. So that one was a step by step. This one is a little more, looks like they really focus on shapes and the process. So since I'm self-taught, getting books like this that are educational for an artist are definitely something I'm really excited about. Anyways, this is a signed book. I was like, oh, there's a signed book? It's called Splash of Color by Kenneth Wyatt. And he signed it. And I think it's interesting because it looks like he went through and kind of described some of his pieces of art, but it's also like, it looks like it's very poetic. And so it like shows a piece of art and then his description of it. Yeah, kind of hard to see there, but yeah, some really interesting art with some writing and the collections. So always good to be inspired. All right, then I've got how to draw anything. Of course, that is going to be really helpful for my tiny art. So I'm going to be putting that up. Then we've got how to become a famous artist and still paint pictures. This looks like it's a book that's an actual book to read versus a lot of the other ones are kind of more like educational. But I read the back of it and I thought, this sounds actually interesting. Okay. A no holds barred approach to making it in the arts and selling your work. Never know. Never know. Okay, then some of these books are like so old and it's kind of fun to like, I'm like, well, I have to have a book from like the 70s. This book here is called Principles of Color. And you can tell just by like the smell of it that it's been in somebody's like, I don't know. It's definitely been on a shelf somewhere or in a box somewhere, and that gives it even more character when you're like, oh, okay. Modes of appearances, perception. It'll be interesting to go through and like just be reminded about tones and shades and tints and everything. Okay. This one looked fun. Illustration School. Let's draw happy people. Yay! Pick up a pencil and let the fun begin. This looks right up my alley. Totally right up my alley with, like, I don't really like to draw people. I like to draw animals. But if I had some training, I might get better at it. Then we have The Way to Sketch with special references for watercolor. And if you know me, I am a watercolor artist. So I just had to pick this up. It's got, again, talking about perspectives. And Vernon Blake, I think I've seen his name on a couple of books today. So excited to dig into that. And then, of course, I saw this book from the, like, what year is on this? I don't know. It's so old, but it's so cute. It's like just drawing dogs. Just drawing dogs. And what's funny is that it was $2 at the book fair, but it actually says $1 on the book itself. Because it was so old that it was probably like how to draw dogs. Different shapes of dogs and shadows and everything. I'm looking forward to kind of digging into this at some point. And the final book that I'm so happy that this was the more expensive book. Like some of them, there were like some newer book sections and like some like fancier book sections. And of course, anything with fairies is always more expensive, but Watercolor Fairies, a step-by-step guide to creating a fairy world. And I'm really looking forward to checking out all of these fairy painting techniques and ideas and prompts. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited for that. So that is my pile of books. I hope you enjoyed that little book haul.